Okay, we're continuing this series on trimming the fat on physician practice expenses. In my previous video, I promised that I'd be interviewing some great colleagues that I always look forward to working with. So today I am in Webster, New York at Steinmiller Associates. I'm with Mike, with Robin and Kristen. Excellent place if you're looking for insurance. They'll give you a laugh, but they'll also save you money. There's two things I look for when I'm looking on behalf of clients in regards to their insurance. One is, of course, to cut costs. That's obviously the theme of this video series. Two is organizational management. I was a victim of way too many insurance policies years ago, had multiple businesses and more policies than I knew what to do with. And an insurance broker was trying to get my business and said, I can make your life a lot easier. So he did do that, trimmed all my policies down, and definitely saved me money as well. But as much as we like to save costs, there's so many more important things when it comes to insurance and healthcare. So I'm going to let the experts talk about that. Let's get started with cyber liability. So, Mike?
That's a very important one, and quite simply, we're trying to protect businesses that have sensitive information. Obviously, you have client data, payment information, and you now have to worry about everything from ransomware attacks to the what if, and now you have to notify everybody from A to Z. Our focus remains looking at having all the correct coverages and best price, and with all the updates in our industry, we're most times able to deliver both of those. And when you can improve coverages for a practice and the bottom line, that's where the victory is.
That's great. Do you think that there's still the real threat of an attack? I know a few years ago they were looking to hack into the specifically healthcare computers. Do you think the threat is still really strong?
Absolutely. Because they, I mean, we've even had actually friends of ours that are insurance agents get attacked. So yes, so we as our own industry are vulnerable to that sort of thing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what about business insurances?
The business insurance landscape is actually opened up. It's a great time for a consumer or a practice to evaluate because companies have taken rate changes for the positive. They've added important coverages like cyber. We talked a little bit about employment practices liability, which
let's talk about that. Yeah.
As a consultant, you're sensitive to the human resource side of it.
For sure.
This basically gives you coverage and legal defense for issues in the area of hiring, firing, discrimination.
Which is a big deal right now.
Yeah,
yes.
for sure. Is that does that extend to further website protection and social media protection?
I would say on the cyber side, absolutely.
Okay.
And an interesting topic that Kristen and I had on a case recently was third-party liability.
Okay.
That's where the website would come into play.
Gotcha. Okay.
And unfortunately, a scenario that we found a case study on was the website ADA compliant.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And what a changing time. I mean, most people years back just thought of insurance as fire insurance.
Right.
I own the building,
Right.
I have contents, but there's a lot more to it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, one person taking a joke the wrong way nowadays, and honestly even protects you from the delivery people that are in your office every day.
Wow.
Right.
They could come into an office and hear something that they deem to be offensive, and then they could go after your business.
Okay. Wow.
For so you have protection third party that way.
And so with that, is that under a certain liability policy? Like, does that get added on under so what I'm trying to say when I started by saying the organizational management piece, so it's not like you have 15 policies.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
It's really like a certain
Endorsement.
An endorsement to a certain policy. Yes.
Okay.
I would describe it, and we've seen this with a couple of our carriers. You have your core chassis, if you will, for contents, equipment, computers. But you should be attaching onto that the efficiencies and closing those gaps of cyber, data breach, employment practices.
Perfect sense.
And it's when you bundle all those, you're actually getting better pricing, if you haven't looked at your policy in 7, 8 or more years,
Yeah.
you're most likely missing those things.
You know, and to that point, I see that with these healthcare practices is that they are complacent. They haven't looked at these policies.
Right.
Of course.
You know,
Right.
so they're not only not properly covered, they're probably paying too much and not getting enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
Right.
wouldn't you say that you could probably even improve it and make it actually
Save-
Save money with more
Yeah.
coverage.
Yes.
Yep,
Mhm.
for sure.
Right. If you haven't had your policies looked at
Yeah.
in many years.
For sure.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Anything else?
I think we're,
Yeah.
you know, we've covered a lot of ground on that. We appreciate the
Oh
chance
yeah, definitely. Why
Yes,
Steinmiller?
thank you.
Why Steinmiller?
Yeah.
Knowledgeable. Always here.
Fun.
Always here.
Fun.
Fun.
Fun. Like that.
to local.
We get it done.
Yeah. I love it. Definitely. If you're looking for insurance or you want them to take a look, I highly recommend giving them a call. I'll be sure to put their information in the comments, and keep following us for great videos like this.
Awesome.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Missy.
Awesome.